Let me record here. Okay. So this is the manager class. Yesterday we finished it, right? This manager and employee class. Now I'm going to create one more class, that is a programmer class. What is that? Programmer class we need to create. Let me take the programmer class. Now programmer will extend to manager. Manager already extend to employee. Now programmer is extending to manager. Now programmer will get the manager class properties and also employee class properties. So that's what I want to cover here. So let's see that. These programs also I'll keep in the same blog, all the programs. So maybe you can observe that. See, so what is this manager class we have? This is the double, okay, integer, okay. This is the integer bonus. Same thing I need to call here also. I'll change it to integer. Okay, this is the integer. I'll change it to integer. That's it. Okay. See, this is again another constructor I am calling. Now, what is the parent class here? So you want me? You asked to record, right? Yeah, start. So this is the parameterized constructor. I'm introducing here a new keyword, that is super keyword. See what we are doing. This parent class, the parent class has a constructor. This one has a constructor, right? That constructor I'm calling in this child class constructor inside. How I am calling? See, using super keyword, calling the parent class constructor. How we called one constructor in another constructor in the same class? What concept we used? How we called yesterday? Same class, one constructor in another constructor. How we called? Which concept I used? The bigger problem without reading you. What is the? I am not getting interest also. So that practically I have shown you, and you are not practicing and coming to classes. How it will work? Tell me.
By using this.
This keyword. Now, so parent class constructor, if you want to call here, so what is the keyword we need to use here now? Super keyword. That's the difference between this and super keyword. So this keyword will help you to call the parent class constructor, current class constructor, and super keyword is used to call the parent class constructor. So that is the main concept of the send notification. Yes, is there, I think. Yes, that's the reason it was throwing error. Okay. So that is the one concept you need to understand here. So to call the parent class constructor in the child class, use super keyword. to call the same class inside one constructor in another constructor, use this keyword. So that is what this super keyword I'm calling. I'm not implementing again this one. I'm calling the parent class constructor here. So then I created a one non-static method, one static method, one non-static method I created. I'm calling all static methods. See, these are the static method coming from the programmer class. Design app is the static method. Manage team coming from manager class. Send notifications coming from employee class. Set company name is coming from employee class. See, all static methods you are calling directly. How many levels it is accessed? 2 levels. 2 levels this programmer class is accessing static methods directly. Now, if you want to call all 3 levels non-static methods, you have to create object for programmer class. Programmer p equal to new programmer. So the bonus I am giving. So p dot attend status call. This is coming from manager class. See, it is available in the manager class. See, attend status call is in the manager class, but you are calling in the programmer class. Then p dot fix bugs. Fix bugs is in the this class only. Prepare LLD also in this class only. Okay. Then manager class method you called. Child class methods, non-static methods you called, and employee class methods. All the employee class methods you are calling here. All employee class methods you are calling. So this is the employee class methods, and the employee class static method, getter method. So 3 levels. No, the programmer is accessing 2 levels. This is how you can build the multi-level inheritance. Multiple levels programmer is accessing. So now programmer is accessing the manager class and also employee class, but you extended only one class, extends to other class only, not multiple classes. So this is the multi-level inheritance. Is it clear? Any questions here? So do you have any questions, or so shall I move to next one? So let's take now tester class. I'll create another class. So to show the hierarchical inheritance. So what is hierarchical inheritance means? So one class extends to other classes. So one class, see, tester is extending to employee, and manager also extending to employee, right? So that means same parent class extended to multiple child classes. That's called hierarchical inheritance. See, this is the one static method, one non-static method. See, you can call design test cases from the tester class, send notifications from the employee class, set company name from the employee class. But you are creating an object for this child class, and you can call all parent class methods, and then show this one. So this one from child class. This is how you can call all these methods. Okay, so this is called hierarchical inheritance. And Java doesn't support multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, not multi-level. Multi-level it supports. Multi-level inheritance supports, but multiple inheritance is not supported. Multiple inheritance means, so one class extends to multiple classes. It's not possible. See, I cannot extend the manager class. This is not possible. Okay. One class extending to multiple classes is not possible. So this is the So how you can see that inheritance? Inheritance means one class extends to another class, not more than one class. But you can do multi-level, but not multiple inheritance. Clear? So that's all about that one. Like next OOPS concept. Any questions? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll go for the polymorphism. Polymorphism. So we have to go to next OOPS concept. We have completed till now encapsulation, constructor, inheritance. Now we need to go for the polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Poly means many. Morphism is a change. When one task is performed by different ways, is known as a polymorphism. When one task is performed by different ways, is known as a polymorphism. So polymorphism can be achieved by method overloading and method overriding. So you can achieve method overloading and method overriding is to achieve your polymorphism. So the example for method overloading is cat speaks meow, dog barks woof, like that, right? So speaks is common here, but different ways they are performing. So that is the polymorphism. So how we can achieve polymorphism? Method overloading and method overriding concept we are going to use. And there are two types of polymorphisms are there. One is method, compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. So please don't confuse. Types of polymorphisms are two: compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. And how you can achieve method the polymorphism? By two ways. One is method overloading, method overriding. So what is method overloading? A class contains multiple methods by same name but different parameters is known as a method overloading. So if you have to perform only one operation, having same name of the method will increase the readability of the program. Easy to remember, right? So you are doing same task, but you cannot give different method names. Just change the arguments. That is called method overloading. I explained constructor overloading. What is constructor overloading? What is constructor overloading?
Multiple constructor with the different parameters and data types.
Class can have number of constructors.
But different parameters
and data type.
And the data type of the parameters. But here the methods, multiple methods with the same name, but arguments are different. That is called method overloading. Both are same, but that is a constructor. This is the method. The method name must be same here. You can create a multiple methods with the same name, but parameters should be different from method to method. That is called method overloading. How you can achieve method overloading? Two ways you can achieve. One is by changing the number of arguments, and second one by changing the data type of the parameter. Then you can achieve the method overloading. So let me show you in the Selenium. There are so many methods following method overloading. You can go to where you can find all the Selenium code here, API docs and the frames, and you can see in the actions class every method is overloaded. So one class, but the methods you see that click without parameters, click with parameters. Is this the same method name or not? But what is changing here from this to this? This doesn't have arguments. This has a one parameter. This is one example. So see, all methods are the same method overloading. All these methods are following same method overloading concept. Let me show you a few more. Expected conditions class, if you go, even Chrome options class also you have. See the methods. See add arguments method, add arguments method. Two methods, same methods, but parameters are different. That's the main difference you can find out here. Next, expected conditions. Expected conditions. Expected conditions. This is the one I was talking, right? All the conditions you have. See, attribute contains. Attribute contains. What is the difference between these two? So by locator, string attribute, string value. Here, first argument data type is a web element. Second argument, string attribute, string value. But what is the difference between? Method is same. But what is the difference? Number of parameters also same. But what is the difference here? So what is the difference? You are not observing? See this method. This method. What is the difference you are observing here?
By
locator, web element.
web element.
What is this by? What is this by here?
By is a class.
By is a class.
Sorry, method.
What about this?
Method.
What about this? What it is saying? Mouse
It's
over
it's interface.
interface. Web element is interface, but by is a
By
class.
is a class.
But
Class.
you can remember the parameter syntax. What is the parameter syntax? First, what you need to write first. Come on. Parameter syntax. Data type, parameter name. So data type, parameter name.
Parameter.
Data type, parameter name. This is also data type, parameter name. But what is the data type here? Data type is changing. The parameter is 3 parameters only. But one parameter, at least one parameter data type is changing. That's why it easily compiler will understand easily. If you give by, it will go to this method. If you give web element, it will go to this method. Okay, clear? Same attribute to be, attribute to be. You can see element to be clickable, element to be clickable. Here by, here web element. So method name is same. So that's what a class contains multiple methods with the same name, but parameters are different. And see, frame to be available and switch to it. Frame to be available and switch to it. Frame to be available and switch to it. How many here? How many methods here? How many methods with the frame to be available and switch to it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
But first method, what is the data type of your parameter?
Frame locator.
Int.
Into frame locator.
What is the data type of second method parameter?
It's a Java dot strings.
String.
String.
What is this parameter data type?
Is class.
What is the data type?
Integer.
This data type, this data
Okay.
type, this parameter data type. What is the parameter?
By,
data type? By. What is this parameter data type?
Web
Web.
element.
Web
Web
element.
element interface. This is a by
Elements.
class. So this is a web element interface.
Interface.
So this method names are same, but parameter data types are different. This is called method overloading. So real time, I am showing you all this. So follow that. Okay. So that is called method overloading means. So method overloading. So this is the some of the method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method. Why method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method? So it is not possible by changing the return type of the method because there may occur ambiguity. That's a one interview question. Next, can we overload the main method? Yes, you can overload the main method. I'll show you all this. So let's go to the program. So this is one class, right? One class. I created a method of overloading demo class and see public static int sum int a int b. So return a plus b. Protected static int sum int a comma int b comma int c. How many? So what is the difference between this? Method name same. First condition, right? Method name is same. But what is the difference between these two? So how many parameters here? How many parameters here?
Is 3.
3.
So that means the parameter count is increasing. That's an example for first point. By increasing the number of parameters from this method, I'm increasing the number of parameters. Now here, by changing the data type of the parameter, see method name is same. Method name is same. That's the first condition. You want to say it is a method overloading or not? The method, same class, more than one method with the same name must be there. And the parameters should be different. See here int a, float b. Here also two parameters. Here also two parameters. What is the difference here and here?
Data type.
Data type of the second parameter.
Yes.
So that's why if you give float, it will go to this method. If you give both integer, it will go to this method. So that is method calling this. So if you give this integers, this method body will call. If you give one integer, one float, this method body will call. The link will happen automatically. That is called static binding or early binding, we call it. Binding means the method call to method body is decided at runtime, sorry, at compile time only. That is called early binding or static binding, we call this. So the binding means, remember, the connection between method call to method body is called binding. But the binding, if you do a static methods, if the static methods are there in your class, and that's a static binding or early binding, we call that. Our private methods are there, that's a static binding or early binding, we call that. And now, see, I can overload the main method also. See, main method, string str, main method, int a, but this is also main method. But which is the actual one which is used for execution? Which is the method, main method that is used for execution, method execution? What is the method execution, main method syntax? Method execution, if you want to execute your code, which is the method syntax, sir?
Public static void main.
Public static void
Main
main
with string and arguments.
String arguments.
String
arguments. Sorry guys, I don't know. It's suddenly sometimes giving a problem. So method overloading. So method overriding means what? What is method overriding? So method overriding means a method, a child class and parent class. Two classes have the same method, but the method arguments everything same. Only body, in the body, the definition what you're writing, that will be different in the child class. That is called method overriding. You're overriding the parent class method in the child class. That means if you want to give a specific implementation for the same method that is already present in the parent class, that is called method overriding. That means you will create a parent class. Parent class inside you have one method. So that method you want to override in the child class. So that is called method overriding. If a subclass or a child class has the same method as it declared in the parent class, is known as a method overriding. So if subclass provides the specific implementation of the method that has been provided by one of its parent class, is also known as a method overriding. That means parent class already you defined a method. Everything, implementation, method body, parameters, everything you defined. Same method, you want to give a different implementation. You don't want to disturb parent class method. For that method, you want to give a different logic in your child class. Or why I can change the same method now? Why I want to define in the child class? You can ask. Why you need to do that is parent class method is used by many of other people. If you change, it will affect their functionality. So you should not touch that. You should not change that. Instead of that, what you can do, you override that in your class, your child class, and you write your own logic. So your logic is for your purpose only, not for others, right? That's why don't disturb the parent class method and create in the child class same method. You override that. How you want logic, you build it. So same method name, same parameters, everything same, but only method body inside, the way you are writing should be different than parent. That is called method overriding. So method overriding is used to provide a specific implementation of the method that is already provided by its superclass. Method overriding is used for runtime polymorphism. So runtime polymorphism. So that is the method overriding, we call that. So rules for creating a method overriding is method must have same name as in the parent class. Method must have same parameter as in the parent class. See, method must have same name as in the parent. Parent class, what is the method name? Child class also you should have same method name. Method must have same parameter as in the parent class. In the parent class method, what parameters are there? Same parameters should be there in the child class also. Child class implementation should be different than parent class. Parent class logic, child class logic, both should be different. Should not be same. That's a method overriding means. And you must use the inheritance between the two classes. This is a mandatory. Without inheritance, you cannot achieve the method overriding. But in the method overloading, it will happen in the same class. But method overriding happens between the two classes. Method overloading is an example for compile time polymorphism. Method overriding is an example for runtime polymorphism. So what is runtime polymorphism? So our dynamic method dispatch, it is a process in which a call to an overridden method is resolved at runtime. That means you have child class and parent class have same method. Which method will call at runtime? That process is called runtime polymorphism or dynamic method dispatch. So in this process, always overridden method will be called through the reference variable of superclass. So that is called runtime polymorphism. So upcasting also, when a reference variable of parent class pointing to the object of child class is called upcasting or runtime polymorphism. See this one, parent class, reference variable equal to new child class. So this is called runtime polymorphism. So with this reference variable you can use to call the overridden method, that is especially you write in the child class, right? That method you can call with this parent class reference variable, and all parent class methods you can call. But the child class methods you cannot call all of the other methods. Only overridden method you can call with this, but not other methods. So that's this upcasting or runtime polymorphism we call this. So this is the, see, generally we'll write the same class type, right? But we are writing here now parent class type we are writing. Generally class name reference variable equal to new class name we will write. But here what we are putting left side, now we are referring the parent class name we are writing, that reference variable, and the right side what we are putting, child class object we are putting. So this is called runtime polymorphism. Is it clear? So normal object creation and runtime polymorphism object creation. Is this clear? Now with this process, only overridden method, you are overriding here one method, right? That method only you can call with this, but not other child class method. But all parent class methods you can call with this reference variable. Can we override the static methods? No, you cannot override the static methods. So why we cannot override the static methods? Because static method is bound with a class. Yesterday also I explained this. Whereas instance method is bound with the object. Static belongs to class area memory. Instance method belongs to heap area memory. So heap area means that's a runtime data will store there. Class area means compile time, so it will store the data. That way you cannot override any static methods. So can we override a Java main method? Can we override? No, because any static method you cannot override. You cannot override any static methods. You can override only non-static methods. Remember, main method also static method, right? That's why you cannot override. Can you override the private methods? No, private methods you cannot access, right? In another class. That's why you cannot override. How can you stop overriding the methods? So by making the method as a private, static, and finally any keywords you give, then that method you cannot override. So how can you stop the method overriding? Just make that method as a private or a static or final, then those methods you cannot override in the child class. So these are the interview questions, all of them. So what is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? Just go through this. Method overloading is used to increase the readability of the program. Method overriding is used to provide the specific implementation of the method that is already provided in its parent class. So method overloading is performed within the class. Method overriding is performed between the two classes. In case of method overloading, parameters must be different. In case of method overriding, parameter must be same. So method overloading is an example of compile time polymorphism. Method overriding is an example of runtime polymorphism. So in Java, method overloading cannot be performed by changing the return type of the method, but you can return type must be same or covariant in the method overriding. So this is the theory of polymorphism. So let's see quickly, and we'll know programs, and then we'll close for the day. Finish this polymorphism. Tomorrow it will be for us. So the two classes I need to create here. One is animal class I am creating. Just take animal class. The animal class has all the, so right, some methods you created. Just create few methods, okay? Just create few methods. You just create few methods. I'll explain all these methods in the animal class. So this is the animal class. In the animal class, we have one constructor. So I created a default constructor, right? So one eat method, make sound method, sleeping method. So these are the three methods I created. All are non-static methods. Observe this. Public void eat method, protected void make sound method, a default void sleeping method. So these are the three methods I created in the animal class. And I'm creating a dog class. So dog is an animal or not? Dog is an animal or not?
Not pets.
So is it maintaining the user relationship? So that means you can observe one more thing. If polymorphism has two concepts, one is inheritance. What is the other one? Polymorphism. So see this. This is the inheritance, right? Dog extends animal. So now I am overriding the eat method. See, eat method you have in the animal class. This is the animal related logic you have written here. But here I'll write what I'm writing. Dog related logic I'm writing here. Same method. We are overriding at the rate annotation. We are using at the rate override. That means you are overriding eat method. However you want. You build your own logic here in the method body. This see everything same, right? This is all same here also. Everything same, right? Here till this. Only method body is different. Method body you are writing your own animal class related, but here dog related you are writing here dog related. So you are writing a different methods, but when you create object for the parent class, that variable equal to new child class object. This is called runtime polymorphism. So parent class type, that reference variable equal to new child class means that is called runtime polymorphism. With runtime polymorphism object, you can call only this it. Now you will get a doubt, sir, which eat method it will call? Parent class or child class? Which eat method it will call? It will call always child class method logic will call for you. So this will call child class method logic will call, not parent class method. So now make sound is from parent class. Sleeping also from parent. But you cannot call with this object reference this method. Why? It is not available there. Then how can I call all both class methods? So you create object for dog class, dog child class object, right? Inheritance I told you. You create object for child class and new dog. Now you can call the eating, tailing. Tailing is this one. This is the dog class method. You can call. But with this object, it is not possible. See, it is not available here. So that's the difference between this child class object reference and parent class object reference. Parent class object reference is used to call only the overridden methods. You can call overridden methods of child class and rest of the parent class methods. But with the child class object reference, you can call all the child class methods and also parent class methods. Both you can call with this. So that's the main concept of method overriding. You can see now. Sir, how can I call parent class eat method? You can ask. See, dog class eat method is calling. Animal class eat method is calling. Animal class make sound. Animal class sleeping method. But child class, we are calling, see, again child class eat method only calling, even for child class reference variable also. And dog class tailing method, animal class. But animal class eat method is not called. How can you call? So that I'll explain you tomorrow. For that, how to call animal class method, eat method, that is overridden. Always this child class method only will get, but parent class method you cannot call. with this object references, any of these object references. But how can I call if I want? That I'll explain tomorrow. So there is an object class. Object class is the super class for all the Java classes. Object class will act as a data type also. If you don't know data type of a particular thing, it will act as a data type. And object class methods. What are all the object class methods? They will ask in the interview this question. So clone method, it will clone the exact copy of this object. So notify, it will wakes up the single thread. Notify all, it wakes up the multiple threads. Equals method. What is the purpose of equals method? It will compare any two objects. So hash code method, it will give this object address. This object address, if you want, this object address, if you want, you can call hash code. See, let me show you. Hash code will give you the memory address. AO is a object address is AOBJ dot hash code. See, this one also you can get DOBJ object address. So you give D. So that reference, any reference, each object reference has its own address. It will store, because this heap memory address, it will store here. This heap memory address, it will store here. That I am printing with hash code method. What is that integer value? You can see now, both are different. So this is also one interview question. So they will see that AOBJ object reference is 20186999554. See, DOBJ object reference is 1311053135. So now both are same or different? Both are same or different?
Different.
If you like this, what is the output you will get? So comparing AOBJ and DOBJ. So what is the output you will get here? So AOBJ double equal to DOBJ. What is the output you will get here?
Equal.
What you will get this output?
False.
False, right? So this will give always a comparison operator. Comparison means you will get a true or false one. So false will give. See, that false will give, because both are not same, right? So these are all interview questions. So please be careful. See, false. Yeah. So this is all. And another one, toString method. toString method, what it will do? Compares, it converts the object into string format. So wait method, it will wait. And finalize method is a very important. It will be used while cleaning up the unused objects by the garbage collector. So that's the finalize method, what it will do. Finalize method, what it will do? It will be used while cleaning up the unused objects by the garbage collector. Yeah, this is all the object class methods. Object class is the super class for all the Java classes. So what are all the object class methods? Clone method, notify, notify all, equals, hash code, toString, wait, get class, finalize method. Finalize is a method of which class? Object class. Equals is a which class method? Which class method? Equals method. Object class method. So hash code method is which class method? Object class method. ToString is a which class method? Object class method. So finalize is a which class method? Object class method. These are all the predefined methods in the object class. Okay, so that's all. So for the day, and